about 11, 12 years old, in junior high school. I was at my grandmother's house in her backyard in Hollis, Queens, right off of Hollis Ave. And not too far from there is a park. And I could hear this song called Freedom. I was aware of the song because I used to hear the DJs cutting it up all the time. But then I heard someone rapping and rhyming over them. I wanted to go to the park and my grandmother wouldn't let me. She said, if you can hear it from the backyard, then you're good. So I stayed in the backyard for hours and just listened to various beats and people rapping over the beats. And after hearing that Crash Crew song and hearing other people rapping over beats and understanding what they were saying and relating to what they were saying, I fell in love with hip hop right then and there, and it's been a part of my life since that day.
I had to been about, I say about maybe about 10, 11 years old. I had moved from the Bronx up to Nurse, but the majority of my family was still in the Bronx. So I would go downtown, to the Bronx and go to the parks and stuff and hear it done outside. This was before it was on record or anything. It was just like a outside park thing, and it really wasn't really no rapping yet. It was basically the DJ would bring out the equipment and he would have an MC who was basically there to big up the DJ and say stuff to the crowd. Wasn't really particularly rapping just yet, just saying stuff to the crowd. And I liked it because it was out. I could be outside, listening to it. Wasn't the music that my parents was playing, even though I did enjoy that, James Brown, Al Green, they played the greats. But it was outside, it was free, people was moving, they was happy, they was dancing. That's what attracted me.
So I first fell in love with rap. I actually think I watched Brown Sugar. I watched the movie Brown Sugar and I was like, damn, this is dope. And then I started listening to Kim. I wasn't supposed to be listening to Kim. Had to have been about like, I'm gonna say like 10, 11 years old. And I don't know, it was so like, it just made me feel good. It made me feel good. And I just was like, damn, this is my thing. This is music. This is the type of music I want to listen to. This is the type of music I love.
First time I heard it was through my older sisters and brother. You know what I'm saying? They was on the mic. Stevie E and my older sister Priscilla, Silly Shell. So they came through with the hip hop with the name belt. It wasn't really love at first sight. It was just seeing it and knowing what it is. It was just like wanting to be it. The hip hop. It was kind of like something that was just thrown at me from like older brothers and sisters. It was I don't want to say thrust upon me, but it fell in my lap. The style, the name buckles, you know what I'm saying? The gold chain, the Adidas, the flyness. Not even the music. The music, it was the Sugar Hill Gangs. That's the music they was playing. So that was like the first record, I think, that I really embraced and really was fucking with hard body. You know what I'm saying? The Sugar Hill Gang.
I mean, I can't say that there was one definitive song that made me fall in love with hip hop. I'm born in 1973, which is when hip hop was born, so like I came up in hip hop. We were rhyming outside and from very young throwing cardboard on the sidewalks and doing backspins.
I started loving hip hop in probably like 79, you know what I mean? And what got me really hooked on it, me and Big Daddy Kane used to be in a group together called the Debonair 3. What really got me to do it is when this girl asked Big Daddy Kane to sign her chest. I was like, I gotta start making records. I've been loving the music and been doing music, but what made me want to get on records was really Big Daddy Kane. He was actually the one who gave me the finances to go in the studio and record me, JR, and Easy Mo B. When I was walking in Brownsville, I heard the Fatback Band, King Tim III. And I stopped, man. I was on the stoop. I was like, yo, what the hell? I was like, music is about to change. And when I heard that, that was the day I was like, I'm getting into the music business, man.
Rap music was created before I was born, so growing up in New York City, it was never a time that it was never a part of my life. My uncle Prince of Bags was a DJ. He would DJ the park jams, neighborhood barbecues, and family events, he would always cut up break beats. He would cut up Good Times by Chic, Sugar Hill Gang, Cold Crush Brothers. Then later on, it was like KRS-One or Boogie Down Productions at the time, Eric B. and Rakim, Public Enemy. So it's always been a part of my life.
At first, after the 80s, I'm a child of the hip hop 80s, 90s, early 2K, and then the big change came about into the newest generation of music, of hip hop music. And at first, I was hating on it. And then I realized that evolution is a slow process, but in order to grow, you have to evolve. So music and hip hop genres evolve, especially hip hop, because it started off as a youth form. So as those who started off in the 80s when they were once youth and they start to become adult, they become removed from what the youths are talking about. So a lot of the trap music that's going on today is not for us. It's not for people in their 40s and 50s. We can vibe to it, but if you're hating on it, you're hating it because you don't understand it. You're hating on it because it's not your generation of music. And it's the same way how my parents used to be like, "What is that noise? What are they? That's not singing. That's noise." They couldn't understand it because when they were used and they were listening to their music, they had the same issue with their generation and their parents. So it's just an evolution. It's a cipher that goes around and around. Except for hip hop, is like one of the only genres that's constantly reinventing itself. Sometimes it's hard for those in the foundation who was there for the foundation of hip hop to understand what's going on now. But you'll see that, as your question states, people have grown into movies, soundtracks, into commercials. Hip hop culture is global, from fashion to music. We influence, and I say we meaning those who consider themselves part of the hip hop culture. We have influenced so many things beyond our conception, from the way we talk, from the slang that we speak, from the way that we see things, from the way that we narrate our stories, and we give a different narrative. Well, we think we give a different narrative, but people around the world are starting to see it more and more. They see the influence in commercials. Products are being made because of the influence of hip hop. So you're gonna see it, hear it, and of course you're gonna feel it, and it's gonna continue to grow. This is a genre I don't see dying. When people said it was a fad, they never thought it was going to cross over. Run DMC is probably the greatest all-time rap group in hip-hop history. And they never thought that rap would go this far. And it continues to grow. We have artists in the Music Hall of Fame. And we're growing more and more of those individuals. And they're not only just part of hip-hop history. It's not just a part of music history. Now it's a part of global history. So that's hip hop, and it's not gonna die.
Well, it's dope because see what would happen is you go to Germany, France, England, even in Africa when you went, they would want to rhyme like Americans, and I used to always tell them like, "Yo, you not American, man." So to us, it just looked like y'all are copying. Like you want to be American. Like I understand you love rap, and it took them a little while, being that we was ahead. They had to go through their phases. The rest of the world to understand. Like yo, we can still do rap. We can still like American stuff, but we can do it in our native indigenous culture way. You know, the Germans probably was the first ones that said, "Ah, yo, well, we just gonna rhyme in German. We gonna listen to the beats and do what we want to do, but we gonna rhyme in our native language." England, you know that they start picking their style. They start doing their English type of rap, which I think is dope.
I've been feeling like rap is just like not a joke, but I feel like back then it was like it was really about the talent. Like like now it's like 20% talent, 80% the business part. So as far as like these producers and stuff, them wanting to be rappers now, I just think that just comes with them wanting more money or them wanting to be the stars themselves. They tired of playing the background. They feel like, hey, rapping is so easy now. It's so easy to get in and make a hit song. Why not come up with some catchy hook or something and I'll be the face, I'll be the star, not just playing behind the scenes. I feel like, hey, it is what it is.
Yo, I mean, it's all good, man. You got different graffiti writers that bring in different styles. Do your style, it's all good. I just think you gotta respect the founding culture of it, which is love, peace, and having fun. I missed a few other, but love, peace, unity, and having fun. As long as you got those elements and whatever you're doing, and you're attaching to the hip hop, I'm with it, man. It's just like back in the days, we used to be in a party used to get shot up. But the story you would hear, like, yo, before it got shot up, we was having mad fun. It was duality. So I'm into the duality, but if you just straight negative or you just straight talking something demonic, I ain't fucking with you.
It's still influenced today. You know, I don't follow too much of the new music, and I do like some. I want to just put that out there. But we still influencing everybody, man. If you notice in movies now, and Big Daddy Kane just is doing a play on hip hop. I just found that out yesterday, that hip hop is starting to be in everything that's moving, man. You ain't part of hip hop, you ain't part of the culture, man. Long as we keeping this thing alive, you're gonna see different things happening in hip hop. You know, everybody said James Brown. James Brown was hip hop. Al Green was hip hop. Stevie Wonder was hip hop. We influence every genre of music, and like every genre of music influence hip hop.
Today, you know, you can find rappers or rap music and starring in movies, television shows, creating their own fashion companies, and a lot of rappers got into tech and real estate and other things like worldwide. You know, it's a global phenomenon that's going to continue to transpire people from other cultural backgrounds throughout the world, and you know, it's the #1 selling genre of music right now. It's only 50 years old, so there's a lot more to come.